The American continent stretches wide. It is a land of incredible variety and scale. From the eastern shores, where ancient forests meet the vast Atlantic, a tapestry of life unfolds. Rivers carve their way through the earth, patient and persistent. They have shaped this land for millions of years. Fields of golden grain roll like a gentle sea under an immense sky. This is a place that feels limitless. A place where the horizon seems to stretch on forever, promising endless space and boundless opportunity. One can travel for days and see nothing but the wild, untamed beauty of the natural world. The journey westward reveals landscapes of even greater wonder. Great mountains rise from the plains, their peaks touching the clouds. These are the rocky spines of the continent, old and weathered by time. Below them, deserts sleep under a silent, watchful sun. Here, life is sparse, but extraordinarily resilient. Every creature, every plant, has found a way to survive in this harsh, beautiful place. The air is still. The silence is profound. It is a silence that speaks of an ancient power, a history written not in books, but in stone and sand and wind. Further still, one finds the great forests of the Pacific coast. Here, trees stand like giants, their canopies forming a green cathedral. Some have been standing for thousands of years, silent witnesses to the changing world. Sunlight filters through the leaves, dappling the forest floor in shifting patterns of light and shadow. The air is cool and damp, filled with the scent of moss and earth. It is a world teeming with life, from the smallest insects to the great bears that roam these ancient woods. This land whispers stories of resilience and continuity. It is easy to look upon this vastness and believe it is infinite. A world without limits, a resource without end. The sheer scale of it all can be overwhelming, a testament to the power of nature. From the wetlands of the south to the frozen tundra of the north, the land presents a different face, a different challenge, a different beauty. It is a mosaic of ecosystems, each one intricate and connected to the others. But beneath this breathtaking surface, another world lies hidden, a world of immense energy, locked away in the darkness of the deep earth. If you enjoyed this journey through America's hidden landscapes, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more in-depth explorations and stories from across the nation. Stay curious and join us for the next chapter. Deep beneath the rolling fields and the silent mountains, a different kind of treasure is held. It is a substance born of ancient life. It is oil. Formed over millions of years from the remains of tiny sea creatures and plants, this black liquid is a storehouse of solar energy. It is a world away from the sunlit landscapes above, a hidden reservoir of power, trapped within layers of rock. The United States sits upon some of the largest reserves of this substance on Earth. It is a staggering inheritance from a time long before humans walked the planet. This hidden wealth seems to offer a simple solution. In a world that runs on energy, why not simply draw it from the ground? The land is vast. The reserves are immense. The technology exists to bring it to the surface. It seems like a straightforward path to prosperity and power. One might imagine great machines working tirelessly, tapping into this endless supply. A nation fueling its future from the riches lying just beneath its feet. The idea is tempting. It is a promise of independence and unwavering strength, drawn from the very soil of the nation. But the story is not so simple. The land holds its secrets tightly, and it does not give them up without consequence. There is a reason this great treasure remains, in large part, untouched. A reason why the drills are silent in some of the most promising places. It is a reason born not of inability, but of choice. A quiet understanding that some things, once taken, can never be returned. The earth beneath our feet is more than just a container for resources. It is a complex living system, and its secrets are protected by forces we are only just beginning to understand. A sense of mystery surrounds this untapped potential. Why would a nation, so hungry for energy, leave such a vast resource in the ground? What unseen barrier stands in the way? The answer lies not in one single obstacle, but in a web of interconnected reasons. It is a story of respect for the land itself, a story of foresight and caution. It reveals a deeper wisdom, a recognition that the true value of a landscape cannot always be measured in barrels or dollars. The silence in these places is not a sign of weakness, but a profound statement of priorities. The first and most visible reason is the land itself. Much of this oil lies beneath places we have chosen to protect. These are our national parks, our wildlife refuges, our designated wilderness areas. They are sanctuaries. Here, the land is set aside not for what we can take from it, but for what it is. Places like Yellowstone or the Alaskan National Wildlife Refuge are home to unique and fragile ecosystems. They are the last strongholds for iconic species like the grizzly bear, the caribou, and the bald eagle. To drill here would be to break a sacred promise. These protected lands are more than just beautiful scenery. They are vital laboratories for life. They are living libraries, holding the genetic history of countless species. The plants and animals that live here are part of an intricate web of relationships developed over millennia. To disturb one part of this web is to risk unraveling the whole. The caribou, for instance, have followed the same migration routes for thousands of years. These paths cross directly over lands rich with oil. To build roads and pipelines here would shatter their ancient journey, threatening the survival of the entire herd. Furthermore, there are laws in place, written by people who looked ahead. These laws are the guardians of our natural heritage. They declare that some places are too precious to be industrialized. They recognize that a nation's wealth is not only its economic output, but also its natural beauty and its biodiversity. These legal protections are a barrier, a line drawn in the sand. They state that the pursuit of energy cannot come at the cost of our most treasured landscapes. They reflect a choice to preserve wildness for future generations to experience and cherish. This decision to protect is a profound act of humility. It is an admission that we do not own this land, but are merely its temporary custodians. The wild creatures do not recognize our property lines or our economic models. They only know the land as their home, the only one they have. By choosing to leave these places untouched, we honor their right to exist. We safeguard the delicate balance of nature, a balance that, once broken, is incredibly difficult, if not impossible, to restore. It is a choice to value life in all its forms. Beyond the protected lands, there is another powerful force at play: economics. The world of oil is, honestly, a world of delicate balance. The price of a single barrel is influenced by a complex dance of supply and demand across the globe. If the United States were to suddenly flood the market with all of its reserves, the consequences would be dramatic. The price of oil would plummet. While this might seem like a good thing for consumers in the short term, it would destabilize the global economy and harm the very industry it was meant to support. This economic strategy is also a matter of national security. A nation's oil reserves are like a strategic savings account. They provide a buffer against global instability. If there were a major disruption in the world's oil supply, having a domestic reserve is a powerful form of insurance. It ensures that the country can continue to function while the crisis is resolved. To use it all up now, simply because we can, would be to leave the nation vulnerable in the future. It is a long-term game of patience and strategic thinking, not a short-term race to extract every last drop. Then there is the global picture. The climate of our planet is changing. The scientific consensus is clear: burning fossil fuels like oil releases carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, warming our world. The United States has entered into international agreements, promises made to the global community to reduce its carbon footprint. To dramatically increase oil production would be to break these promises. It would undermine global efforts to combat climate change, a challenge that affects every nation, rich or poor. The fate of our planet is a shared responsibility. This creates a fundamental tension. A nation sits on immense wealth, but accessing it comes with profound risks. The economic risk of market collapse, the strategic risk of future vulnerability, and the environmental risk of a changing climate. These are not small concerns. They require careful consideration and, well, a delicate touch. The decision of when, where, and how much oil to produce becomes a complex calculation. It is a balancing act between immediate needs and long-term consequences, between national interests and global obligations. So we return to the landscapes. We stand once more at the edge of the great wilderness, looking out at the mountains and the forests. The wind still whispers through the tall grasses. The rivers still flow patiently to the sea. The land remains wild and free. We now understand that its silence is not empty. It is filled with purpose. It is a silence born of protection, of strategy, of a shared global conscience. The oil will remain in the deep earth, a sleeping giant guarded by a wisdom that looks beyond the immediate. The value of this land, we come to realize, cannot be measured solely by the resources we can extract from it. Its true worth lies in its existence. It is in the clean air it provides, the fresh water it filters, and the sanctuary it offers to wildlife. It is in the sense of peace and awe it inspires in the human spirit. These are treasures of a different kind. They cannot be bought or sold. They can only be experienced, and they can only be preserved through our collective will and foresight. This journey through the hidden landscapes of America reveals a deeper truth. It shows that true strength is not always found in using all the power at one's disposal. Sometimes, strength is found in restraint. It is found in the wisdom to know when to leave things be. It is in the ability to see a future beyond our own lifetime, and to make choices that will protect that future for generations who will follow us. The land teaches us this lesson if we are quiet enough to listen. And so, the wild places remain. They are a testament to a different kind of wealth. A wealth measured not in barrels of oil, but in the richness of life and the enduring beauty of the natural world. As we look out upon the endless horizon, we are invited to reflect, to consider what we value most. Is it only what we can take from the earth, or is it also what we choose to leave behind, untouched and whole for all time? The land holds its breath and waits for our answer.